Assalamualaikum and hi to my beloved lecturer. My name is Sharifah Smira binti Talib and my metric number is C24A1826. And today I'll be presenting about digital illustration as well as my artwork. So we'll begin with the definition of digital illustration. So digital illustration is basically a creating art using digital tools like drawing tablets, computers, and apps such as Photoshop, Illustrator, or Procreate. It mixes traditional art skills with modern technology to make visuals for things like media, ads, entertainment, and storytelling. Compared to traditional art, digital illustration is more like flexible, easier to edit, and lets artists use a huge range of colors and effects. This digital illustration explores Iron Man as more than just a superhero. He represents the fusion of human creativity and technological progress. I was inspired by how Tony Stark transforms his intellect and determination into a physical form of strength through his armor. In creating this artwork, I focused on combining metallic tones, glowing energy sources, and dynamic lighting to highlight the contrast between human emotion and mechanical power. The artwork symbolizes how innovation can arise from vulnerability and how technology can reflect our deepest values of courage, resilience, and hope. Through this work, I aim to convey that true strength is not only found in machines or armor, but in the human spirit that designs and drives them.
So these are the sketches I chose to trace. I inserted the sketch that I had scanned using Cam Scanner to trace in Adobe Illustrator, which the sketches I drew on paper first and then I scan it. After that, I reduced the opacity of the image and traced it using the pen tool. So first thing first, I traced the outer lines first to make it easier to trace the inner lines using the pen tool. And this is the result after everything was fully traced. Next, I added colors to the completed line art using the bucket tool to make it easier to fill in each section rather than fill in one by one, or using a brush tool, which is harder than using a bucket tool. After that, I dragged the completed color scheme 1 using the artboard tool to get a copy for color scheme 2. I also took inspiration from Pinterest to apply it in color scheme 2 using the eyedrop tool, which is this one is inspired by Bumblebee. Then I applied the same method for the other color schemes, which is this one is inspired by Ninja Turtle. So this is all the result for the completed color schemes and line art that I did using an Adobe Illustrator. Alright, this one is my styling process using an Adobe Illustrator as well. So I chose one of the color schemes I created earlier, which is the blue one, and applied shadows and highlights to the artwork. As can be seen, I used pen tool to create areas where shadows would be applied, and I used darker colors for the parts that are not exposed to light. I also determined the direction of the light first before applying the shadows. This is how I did to make sure I know where my light came from, so I didn't make mistake. I also created the dark areas first and then applied the highlights, and also use a darker shades of colors for the parts that are not exposed to light and brighter shades for the highlights to make it look more realistic. So this is the final styling result that I created myself using Adobe Illustrator.
In creating this artwork of mine, I use a technology and digital skills like computer and Adobe Illustrator.